Good Sunday afternoon to you, everybody. How's it going today? Texas Redleg here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you had a good, productive weekend, and also maybe you were able to relax a little bit and maybe get the things done you needed to get done for those of you that didn't have to work. But hopefully that people are taking advantage of these opportunities that are out there to gather the things that they need and all that. So every day that goes by is a missed opportunity if you didn't accomplish anything. So really want to encourage everybody to get out there and be productive, because dangerous times are upon us. And the left has successfully rigged the game. And it all started with, public education decades ago. And now these kids are all grown up, and now they're having kids, and it's more of an epidemic on the philosophy of America and the left's re-engineering of kids' way of thinking about America and what's right and what's wrong to them, and basically skewing or cooking the books to a certain extent, where anybody that stands up for America based on the Constitution is the enemy of the people. That's what they've done. They've successfully blacklisted all police officers. They have successfully propped up the criminal. They have made it a taboo to root for America, to be a supporter of the American way of life and being patriotic and holding the flag and serving in the military. They've successfully skewed that view for a lot of people in this country. And I'm sad to say it, but I don't know that we're ever going to go back to the way things were without a major cull or thinning of the herd, quite honestly. Anybody that voted for Joe Biden that won't objectively look at what's going on in this country and around the world, anybody that voted for him and thinks he is a good thing for this nation and the world is completely out of their damn mind. And this is a dangerous era that we live in right now, and dangerous times are upon us, and unfortunately ahead of us, if we get that far. So today's video is sort of playing off of the inherent danger that we face now and looking forward. I'm sure that everybody's aware of January 6th and what went down, and although it probably would have been better if it never had happened, it certainly could have been a lot worse. And the personnel that took part in that event could have done a lot more damage if they chose to do so. And so we're at a crossroads here. I really put the Congress all together, honestly. They're all about the same cut of the cloth. I don't really care about parties anymore, quite honestly. I'm basically the party of me, and that's just how I am now. The Republican Party has screwed every constituent that ever voted for them, and have proven that they are no more better charlatan than the ones across the aisle from them. So they're all a bunch of charlatans. They're all a bunch of hacks. They're all a bunch of greedy, power-hungry maniacs, in my opinion. And they really don't give a rat's ass about you and me. That's for sure. What they care about is holding on to power and lining their own pockets. So I'm sure most of you know that, so I won't beat a dead horse. But For these dangerous times that are upon us, I'm going to really recommend that everybody, that watches my channel and, anybody else out there that's paying attention and following what's going on, you need to tighten your inner circle. You need to use OPSEC. You need to be smart. It's not a time to panic. It's a time to prep and plan. And really that should all be done by now. But if not, if you're late to the game, prep and plan. But keep it simple. Those of you that have, all these food stacked to the rafters and water and this and that, that's great, But you also need to be able to condense some of those preps down to carrying size, being mobile with them. I would have a mobile stash and then a, household stash, so to speak. You need to have small but manageable bags and packs. You need to be able to, to me, if you have 8 to 10 bags, I'm talking about like duffel bags, backpacks, things like that. 8 to 10 of those full of your preps, and that includes all of your security measures as well. To me, that's a good thing because you're mobile and you can throw it in a vehicle and go. If you're not mobile, you still got them at your disposal where you can load them and be mobile if you need to. But I would really condense those preps down into small but manageable bags and packs. If you can't put something on your back and jog with it, it's probably too heavy for you. Okay, when I say jog with it, I mean for a couple, 2-3 miles, at a time. And that's a good telltale sign of whether you're too heavy or not. Because if you think you're going to run out there and carry a 100-pound backpack around full of canned goods and whatnot, you're going to learn the hard way. Small, manageable packs where you can be mobile and on your feet, quick on your feet. Also, another important one, and I know it's kind of taboo these days, but you need to try to pay cash for certain things that you go buy. And I'm talking about seeds, the lead variety. I'm talking about other particular things that might be regulated. I would get in the habit of trying to pay cash whenever you can, just to sever that, tracking ability for Uncle Sam. Some people think that's a little off in the weeds. I don't at all. I think this is the AI generation, and surveillance is heavy, and they're starting to become more and more overt on what they plan to do. So take that as you will. Believe it, don't believe it, but you need to be paying attention. You need to be using OPSEC, and you need to be trying to pay cash whenever you can for certain things. And so, in tightening your inner circle, you are somewhat conducting risk management. You're reducing your risk of, letting something out from your group circle that maybe doesn't need to be out. You need to everybody needs to be communicating, effectively and, in a secure manner, be disciplined and be smart about what you say and what you write and what you hit send, with. So pay attention to all those things. If you haven't got yourself a couple of decent two-way radios, you might want to consider that. Each mag should have that already set up, but even if you're just, a distant family or whatever, maybe, you have one and they have the other or something like that where you can communicate when, should cell phones be disabled or unreliable with regard to security. You can run these little two-way radios. Hell, you can it's whatever you want to spend nowadays, it seems like. So there's something for everybody. There's the $30 ones that you can get at Wally World, and there's the, up to the sat phones with push to talk and all this other wild stuff. So keep that in mind, with your comms. And lastly, I want to say, preppers prep. Now, the idea should be to prep so you don't have to play the panic game. oh, there's no toilet paper. Guess what? You don't have to worry about it because you got enough stacked, back here in the rear of the room in the house or whatever. You don't have to go out and get water because you've already planned for that. You've got your bottles of water, you've got your water stockpile, you've got the ability to sanitize water. You don't have to go out and get water. And, food, same thing. Medicine, same thing. Fuel, same thing. You prep so you don't have to play the panic game. Okay? And the last thing with regard to preps I want to really drive home is the whole need versus want thing. We all may want this or that. And, it may not be available, or you may miss the boat, or may be too expensive, or whatever the case may be. It may just not be in your wheelhouse to go get. So you need to focus on the things that you're going to need versus the things that you necessarily want. I mean, we all want this or that, right? But I think once you narrow your focus on what items you need versus the things that you want, you'll be a lot better off. You'll be a lot less stressed out. You'll be able to streamline, and focus on the important stuff that's I would say absolutely necessary in your preps and the things that you need. So I really hope everybody had a good weekend and everybody's healthy and all that, and hopefully I'm wrong about a lot of this stuff, but I don't think I am. I think things are going to get worse. So with that, keep prepping, stack it deep, and long live the Republic.